Louise, and in this video I'll be looking into the relative advantages and disadvantages of microbial fermentation in foregut fermenters, specifically ruminants, which includes animals such as cattle and sheep, and in hindgut fermenters such as horses. The herbivore diet consists of large quantities of plant material, much of which is actually undigestible, as mammals lack the required enzymes needed to break down the long chains of structural carbohydrates such as cellulose. However, these do need to be broken down in order for the animal to obtain a usable source of energy, volatile fatty acids, along with proteins and other nutrients. Luckily for herbivores, many microbes have enzymes which have the required enzymes to break down these carbohydrates in a process called microbial fermentation. So in foregut fermenters, as the name suggests, microbial fermentation takes place at the beginning of the gastrointestinal tract. Cows, which are ruminants, have a compound stomach in which microbial fermentation takes place in sacs called the rumen and the reticulum. An advantage which ruminants have is the sheer volume of food which they can consume over a short period of time. This allows them to ruminate later, which means they regurgitate, remasticate, and then digest their food later on. Another advantage which foregut fermenters have is the large opportunity for nutrient absorption to occur after the microbial fermentation throughout the rest of the gastrointestinal tract. This actually allows ruminants to utilize a low quality food quite efficiently. So as fermentation does occur at the beginning of the gastrointestinal tract, this gives the microbes in the rumen first access to all of the ingested material, and they're able to break down usable materials such as carbohydrates and amino acids into forms which then the animal needs to alter back into a usable form. This is why there isn't much advantage in feeding ruminants a high quality feed. Another disadvantage of foregut fermenters is the large quantity of byproduct methane gas, which needs to be constantly eructated, and if it isn't, this has considerable implications for the animal. So now looking at hindgut fermenters such as horses, they have a relatively simple foregut, and their site for microbial fermentation is in the specialized large intestine and cecum. As fermentation is occurring towards the end of the gastrointestinal tract, after the small intestine, the animal has had ample opportunity to break down and absorb proteins, fats, and non-structural carbohydrates, which allows them to use a high quality feed quite efficiently. The main disadvantage associated with the hindgut fermenters is the reduced opportunity for the microbial byproducts to be absorbed in the remainder of the large intestine before they are lost in the feces.